Bollywood has shaped the identity of Indian cinema for decades, but its influence doesn't stop at the border. Today we're diving into the top 10 international films that either starred Bollywood actors, were shot in India, or were deeply connected to Bollywood in theme and soul. These are the crossover films that proved Indian talent belongs on the world stage. Let's begin with one that made cinematic history. 1. Slumdog Millionaire, 2008. 8 Academy Awards, directed by Danny Boyle. If there's one film that catapulted Indian stories into the global spotlight like never before, it's Slumdog Millionaire. Directed by Danny Boyle, this British production was deeply rooted in Indian life, from its chaotic railway stations to the vibrant slums of Mumbai. What made the film so powerful wasn't just the setting, but the heart-wrenching, inspiring story of a young boy who rises from poverty and tragedy to win big on a game show. Not because he studied, but because life itself was his education. Dev Patel, a British actor of Indian descent, was a relatively unknown name at the time. He wasn't even the first choice. In fact, Danny Boyle's daughter recommended him after seeing him on the British teen series Skins. Patel brought a raw, wide-eyed honesty to the role of Jamal, making audiences believe in the resilience of the human spirit. Frida Pinto, too, was a newcomer, chosen from among hundreds of hopefuls to play Latika. She embodied grace and quiet strength, and together, their chemistry became the emotional core of the film. Danny Boyle, known for films like Trainspotting and 28 Days Later, took on this film after being handed a script by screenwriter Simon Beaufoy, who had adapted it from the novel Q&A by Indian author Vikas Swarup. Boyle later said he fell in love with the energy of Mumbai, the chaos, the colors, the movement, and he wanted to make a film that captured that overwhelming intensity. His decision to shoot on location in India, using a largely Indian cast and crew, brought an authenticity that few Western films had achieved before. But perhaps the most grounded performance came from the late, great Irfan Khan, who played the police inspector. Irfan was already a well-respected name in both Bollywood and world cinema, and his scenes brought weight, complexity, and a touch of gravitas. He didn't play the villain or the hero. He played a man caught in the system, trying to understand Jamal's unbelievable story. And of course, we can't talk about Slumdog Millionaire without mentioning A.R. Rahman's electrifying score, which won him 2 Academy Awards, songs like Jai Ho and Oh. Saya didn't just enhance the film, they became cultural touchstones, playing at parties, celebrations, and award shows around the globe. Slumdog Millionaire won 8 Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Adapted Screenplay. But more importantly, it changed how the world saw Indian cinema, not just as entertainment, but as deeply human, emotional storytelling. It opened doors for actors like Patel and Pinto, and reminded everyone that sometimes destiny truly has a plan. 2. The Lunchbox, 2013. Starring Irfan Khan, Nimrat Kaur. Director Ritesh Batra. A love story without a single romantic meeting, The Lunchbox is a rare gem. Shot in Mumbai and built around the city's iconic Dabbawala system, the film tells the story of 2 lonely souls who connect through misdelivered lunchboxes and handwritten notes. Irfan Khan delivers one of his most delicate performances, playing a widower on the verge of retirement who rediscovers hope. Opposite him, Nimrat Kaur brings quiet emotion to her role as a neglected housewife. Directed by debutante Ritesh Batra, the film was a festival favorite, especially in Cannes and Toronto, and is often cited as one of the finest examples of Indian indie cinema gone global. 3. Life of Pi, 2012. Starring Suraj Sharma, Irfan Khan, Taboo director Ang Lee. Adapted from the best-selling novel Life of Pi is a spiritual survival tale with a profound emotional core. Though it's a Hollywood production, it begins in Pondicherry, India, and features a predominantly Indian cast. Newcomer Suraj Sharma plays the titular Pi, while Taboo and Irfan Khan lend their gravitas as his parents and older self. Director Ang Lee insisted on shooting in India and capturing the culture authentically. With its stunning CGI tiger, emotional monologues, and philosophical overtones, Life of Pi earned 4 Oscars and helped spotlight Indian talent in a mainstream global hit. 4. Lion, 2016. Starring Dev Patel, Sunny Pawar, Priyanka Bose. Director Garth Davis. Lion is the emotionally devastating true story of Saru Briley, who was lost in India as a child and adopted by an Australian couple, only to find his way home decades later using Google Earth. The first act, filmed in Kolkata and Madhya Pradesh, features a powerful performance by Sunny Pawar, who played young Saru. Later, Dev Patel takes over, earning an Oscar nomination for his deeply felt portrayal. The film also includes Priyanka Bose and Tanishta Chatterjee in key roles. With themes of identity, loss, and family, Lion found global acclaim and gave Indian storytelling an emotionally charged global platform. 5. Gandhi, 1982, starring Ben Kingsley, Amrish Puri, Roshan Seth director, Richard Attenborough. Gandhi remains one of the most important biopics ever made, and it couldn't exist without India's participation. While Ben Kingsley, a British actor of Indian descent, portrayed Mahatma Gandhi with haunting accuracy, Bollywood veterans like Amrish Puri, Rohini Hattangadi, and Roshan Seth played pivotal roles. Filmed extensively across India with thousands of local extras, it earned 8 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Actor. It was one of the first Western films to treat Indian history with respect, scale, and authenticity, earning its place as a cinematic landmark. 6. A Suitable Boy, 2020, starring Aishan Khattar, Taboo director Meera Nair. Based on Vikram Seth's epic novel, this BBC miniseries brought India's post-partition era to life with rich colors, political intrigue, and forbidden romance. Directed by the acclaimed Meera Nair, the series starred Bollywood rising star Ishan Khattar and veteran Taboo in a complicated love story that challenged societal norms. Entirely shot in India and featuring a full Indian cast, it was one of the first BBC shows produced without any non-Indian actors, signaling a shift toward authentic representation. 7. The Namesake, 2006. Starring Irfan Khan, Taboo, Kal Penn director, Meera Nair. Meera Nair strikes again with The Namesake, an introspective tale of immigration, identity, and family. Based on Jhumpa Lahiri's novel, the film stars Irfan Khan and Taboo as Bengali immigrants raising their American-born son in the US. Their nuanced performances elevate what could have been a simple drama into something universal. The Namesake resonated with diaspora audiences and earned critical acclaim for its realistic portrayal of cultural duality. It's a quietly powerful film with deep emotional currents. 8. Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol, 2011. Starring Anil Kapoor with scenes set in Mumbai. One of the most iconic Hollywood franchises made a pit stop in Mumbai in Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. Anil Kapoor, a Bollywood superstar, shared the screen with Tom Cruise in a flashy comedic cameo. While his role was brief, it marked a symbolic moment. Bollywood stars weren't just being recognized globally, they were being invited to Hollywood blockbusters. The scenes shot in India gave the film a stylish edge, and fans saw it as a welcome crossover moment. 9. Bride and Prejudice, 2004. Starring Aishwarya Rai, Anupam Kher director, Gurinder Chadha. Imagine Pride and Prejudice, but set in modern India with musical numbers. That's Bride and Prejudice, directed by Gurinder Chadha of Bend It Like Beckham fame. Starring Aishwarya Rai, one of Bollywood's biggest names, and Anupam Kher, the film blended Jane Austen's classic with Indian wedding culture, color, and song. While it received mixed reviews, it introduced many Western audiences to Bollywood aesthetics and helped cement Aishwarya as a global face of Indian cinema. 10. Sacred Games, 2018. Starring Nawazuddin Siddiqui, Saif Ali Khan, platform, Netflix original. Though technically a series, Sacred Games was the first Indian Netflix original to make a global impact. Based on Vikram Chandra's novel, it starred 2 Bollywood heavyweights, Nawazuddin Siddiqui as the magnetic gangster Ganesh Gaitond, and Saif Ali Khan as a haunted Mumbai cop. Gritty, violent, and unapologetically Indian, the show proved that Bollywood actors could lead high-concept, globally streamed thrillers without watering anything down. It kicked off a new era of India-made content for global streaming platforms. Special mention, Bend It Like Beckham, 2002, directed by Gurinder Chadha. Starring Parminder Nagra, Keira Knightley, Anupam Kher. Before we wrap up, here's a special mention that deserves its own spotlight. Bend It Like Beckham. While not technically a Bollywood film, this British comedy drama became a cultural phenomenon, especially for Indian diaspora audiences. Directed by Gurinder Chadha, it tells the story of Jasminder, a young British Indian girl who dreams of playing football professionally, despite her conservative Sikh family's objections. The film resonated deeply with first and second generation South Asians, especially girls, who saw themselves represented on screen in a way that was rare at the time. It tackled themes like identity, gender roles, cultural expectations, and sports in a way that was funny, heartfelt, and empowering. It also starred Anupam Kher, a Bollywood legend, who brought warmth and depth to the role of Jasminder's father. More than just a sports movie, Bend It Like Beckham was a quiet revolution for women's empowerment, South Asian representation, and the idea that tradition and ambition don't always have to be at odds. It helped open doors for more stories about Indian girls with global dreams. From slums and stadiums to family kitchens and global red carpets, Indian stories are everywhere, and they matter. Whether through powerful dramas or boundary-breaking comedies, these films prove that Bollywood's heart beats across the world. If you enjoyed this list, give it a like, drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos that celebrate the best in global cinema. Until next time, keep watching and keep crossing cultures.